Hello my friends, I am here in London. I'm actually quite close to my parents' house, which is where I grew up. It's a place called Hayes in Middlesex. It's an interesting part of the world, should we say that? Anyway, I'm going to Brussels today. I'm just going for the day, just for the head of it, just because I wanted to show you what the X4 is capable of if you're using it as a vlogging device. Join me on my journey to the airport. I'm heading for Terminal 5. Okay, that's the first leg done. Now I need to find where the bus to Terminal 5 goes. Just ask this dude. Sorry, excuse me. Where's the bus to Terminal 5?
Which bus are you after?
Any bus to Terminal 5.
Cross the road, go to bus stop 19.
Yeah.
And then wait for this one to come around.
Okay,
it's PM coach, yeah?
Cool, thank you. This is worth knowing. So that H30 bus is free to all, and I'm going to get this one here at 4:50 this morning. And then that will get me to Terminal 5, which is where I'm going to get my plane. Alright, here we are at Terminal 5. It's pretty noisy out here. So we are just going to go and find out where I am supposed to be going to get my plane this morning. It's a British Airways flight, but I have lounge access this morning, so I haven't had breakfast yet. So I'm going to go and find somewhere to kind of like go and clear security. I've got my boarding pass. Then I will go and have some breakfast, which is going to be very welcome. Right, here we are, Terminal 5. That's arrivals. I don't want arrivals. I want departures, which is here. Let's get up here. Let's go and have a look and see where my flight is. 7:55 to Brussels is there. I can now go through security, and then I can get the heck out of here. Okay, Club Europe and Club World. A zone, it said there, I'm pretty sure. So let's have a look. There's E. There's H, so I'm guessing A is all the way down here. Okay, I'm looking for A3. There's what I'm looking for. Oh, there's A3 over there. That's my gate.
In group 0, 1, 2 and 3, and customers who have volunteered to check in their hand baggage on British Airways flight 392 to board at gate A3. We ask that customers please remain clear of the gate area until the relevant group number is called.
Alright, so we are heading towards the plane now. No walking across the tarmac. We are just going straight through onto the plane here, boarding on left. And I'm up at the front today. Fun! Good morning.
Hello there, welcome on board.
Thank you. Morning. Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Alright, that was a pretty painless and pleasant flight, but it is looking pretty cold outside. Got a bit of a long walk to go down here. And And I guess we get to passport control. Now this is the first time I've been to mainland Europe in about 9 years. Yeah, no longer an EU passport unfortunately. So yeah, now getting into this queue for today, which is kind of a bummer. It's the first time I've had to get in this queue since the whole Brexit thing. Yeah, but I'm not going to go there. Yeah, now past immigration control, and it was so weird to be waiting. I mean, this is the first time I've been through, as I say, since Brexit, and yeah, to be in that queue, and I was at the front of the queue, just had to wait like 15 minutes or so. But yeah, and then I got a stamp on my passport, which like going to the EU, that never used to happen, not since I was a kid. So yeah, it's all kind of weird. And I overheard some people saying that going to Ostend, which is a ferry port in Belgium, not long ago, they had to wait for an hour. Just an incredible act of self-harm in terms of Brexit. As far as I'm concerned, you can't convince me otherwise. Right, I need to now figure out the trains, and I need to get myself a ticket. Okay, so one thing that you're warned about just as you get your ticket, and of course when you are on mainland Europe, is pickpockets. It's hard, I hate to say it, but it is something that I have seen and almost experienced myself. So yeah, I've just moved kind of my gear to keep it a little bit safer, moved my passport to keep it a little bit safer as well. I now have my return ticket, which is about €22, and the ticket gate is just over there now. And so I'm just going to go and do that, and then I'm going to go and get a train into central Brussels, which I think probably takes about 20-30 minutes from what I recall, but I remember that from a while ago, so it might be a bit different. Anyway, I'm just going to go through these gates and then we'll have a look. Just get out of the way of these people that look like they've got some stuff stuck. Alright, let's go over here. Here we go. Alright, how does this work? There. That's fairly simple. Just had to read the barcode. Okay, let's have a look over here. Let's see what we're going to do. Brussels Central. Doesn't look like... How far is that? Arrivals or is that leaving? Oh, I think it's leaving because that's the time. So it's 10:15 now. Via Brussels is 10:25. I need to go to IC platform 1, it looks like. Okay, there's platform 1 down there. There you got my ticket. Let's get down to platform 1. Okay, according to this sign, it'll just spin around again in a second, but it looks like the second stop is what I want. So it's going to go to Brussels Nord first, and then Brussels Central, which is what I want to get. This is at 10:25, there it is. Brussels Nord, Brussels Central, and then Brussels South. So this is my train. I've got about 9 minutes to wait.
Track 3, the 10:21 IC train to Berlin and Brussels will be delayed for about 6 minutes.
You know, given my recent experience in Japan and how all the stations are like packed all the time, it's pretty small and pretty quiet, and also looks pretty rainy outside. Messy. Yeah, it's quite damp. I will just get my orientation and figure out dry places to film as well, because otherwise it's going to get quite smudgy on here with this lens. Alright, let me get myself together. Back in a minute. Okay, before it starts raining too much, this is the Galeries Royales Saint-Hubert, which is an amazing shopping arcade. Let's get inside here before it gets too wet. And check this out here above me. It's quite incredible. And you also see all the shops around here too. And look, here's the Manneken Pis. I'm not sure. That's the the statue that you see that is famous, and it's supposed to be tiny. In fact, I'm not sure it's much bigger than that in real life. I'll probably go and see it later. Might have to get the slightly longer selfie stick to get anywhere close to it. And look, here's more chocolates and sweets and goodies. They look pretty delicious. Probably gonna get something before I leave. But you can see all around me here, this is an incredible arcade. And it's something that really you only see in Europe. Wait, something caught my eye back here. Let me just see. Is this a very traditional kind of lace doilies kind of shop with all these figurines here as well. Look at these. It's pretty amazing. All the lace here as well. You can see down here. It's really amazing. Yeah, so as I was saying, this is a pretty amazing shopping arcade. I imagine it's going to be very busy later on. It's kind of early, I suppose, for me, and I guess in Europe on a Monday morning, I have no idea. I have no idea in Brussels what the kind of like the drumbeat of the day is. So I'm not going to pretend to that I know, because I don't. But I do like all of these flowers and this kind of springtime feeling and colours that they have here. This is really cool, and they've got a similar colour scheme here at this bag shop, which I actually like. I think the colours are going to look really good on this new X4 as well. I do like Insta360 colours, yes. Sometimes they kind of exaggerate, I think, a little bit. They're not exactly as you would see in real life, but I still find them like super pleasing to the eye. So I kind of don't mind that. I'm not a realist in that sense, in that it has to absolutely represent what it is that I can see in real life. I think within reason, it's really good that it looks cool as well. Check it out over here. You can see some of the old cobbled streets here as well. All the way down here, back into the arcade. Okay. Oh, it's a pretty grand entrance. I do love it, actually. It's great. Right, let's go back here into the other part of the arcade before we head to the Grand Square, which is one of the biggest squares in the whole of Europe, I understand. And then I might park myself a little coffee. And this is the Grand Place. This is the main square here with a rubbish truck just coming past here now, and it's quite rainy, so I'm just gonna grab a few seconds while I can whilst I'm in the middle here. It's quite breezy and quite cold. You can see all the umbrellas and people wearing puffer coats around me as well. But it is quite a grand place. I quite like it. But there are some very inviting looking cafes with fires burning outside, or fake ones with flames making people want to go inside. And I'm one of those people. So it is now, what time is it? It is now 11:15 lunchtime, so it's not lunchtime yet, but it's probably coffee time, or possibly waffles time. But I probably won't get anything around here because I imagine this is a bit of a tourist trap around here. So I'm going to go and find somewhere where I can have like a whipped cream coffee or something like that, and just have a little bit of a sit down. So yes, I'll see you there. Let's hope it doesn't rain all day. All right, it's absolutely pouring down outside now, so I've come back to the Galeries shopping arcade Saint-Hubert, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to have a Belgian cappuccino, which is just full of whipped cream apparently. And so I'm just going to sit here and people watch for a little while and maybe do a little bit of time lapse. It's kind of like an old-fashioned kind of European cafe, and so I'm looking forward to just sitting down and having that. The weirdest thing is that because I spent so much time in Japan over the last year, like last August and also this February, I keep speaking Japanese to people, even though I've done far more French at school, and since then I literally cannot speak French. The first thing that comes out of my mouth is Japanese, which is really funny. Here's my coffee. It's pretty good, right? Alright, it's got a bit brighter. So I'm going to head over to what is known as the Parliamentarium. Now, I'm a big fan of democracy, so I'm going to go, and some people will take this is not the place to go if you are a big fan of democracy. I would argue differently. I'm going to go to the Parliamentarium, which is kind of like a historical look at the European Parliament and all things like that. It's about half an hour walk away. I'm hoping that it's going to stay bright enough for me to get there. Weather forecast says I might have trouble getting back. So let's see what we can see on the way there, at least on this kind of slightly brighter Brussels afternoon now. Yeah, let's go. Okay, I guess I'm here in the heart of the parliamentary district here in Brussels. So I'm just going to try and see if I can get into this kind of interactive history, European history kind of like thing over here. And then I'm going to go that way and look at Parliament as well. Oh, the House of European History is here, and this is the Parliamentarium. All right, I will go and give this a look because, yeah, look, European elections are coming up soon. I'm such a geek for this stuff. So yeah, unfortunately, no luck today. They are fully booked. Who knew that it would be full of such geeks like me? Anyway, I can't get in. They checked, and I tried booking earlier. Was a good citizen, not a citizen, good person, good tourist. I tried to book earlier, but I couldn't book a time, and they tell me that's because it was full. So, if you want to come visit, make sure you book well in advance, not like me, leaving it to the day. Okay, so I can go and see the one of the big sort of like Parliament debating rooms. I can go and do that, and then I can go and see the European Museum of History. So I will go and do that instead. All right, let's find them. Okay, so this is very cool. I am now in the European Parliament. And you can just rock up, and I just went through the individual entry, go through security. You just have to show some passport ID, and then you know, I put my stuff in the cloakroom. I've also now got kind of like an audio guide, and yeah, I've got like a tour of the European Parliament, which is, you know, I used to kind of work on this stuff back in the day in 2009, 2010. Lots of interaction with the European Parliament, never actually visited, so it's actually really cool to get a chance to come here. That was great, I really loved it. There were some really enthusiastic people there and young people listening to somebody who was explaining all about the lobbying system and how the European parliamentary elections work. Some really excellent questions. It's really good to see democratic engagement in these modern times in this world. Yeah, it's worrying, the state of the world at the moment, and so to see something like this is actually quite energizing again, unlike these ostriches who are sticking their heads in the sand over here. It's kind of I'm not sure about the symbolism and how that's meant to represent things, but yeah, it's speaking to me right now. Okay, I've got 2 hours left, so I'm actually going to skip anything else along here now, and I am going to go and have a wander back in town because I need to get some waffles, eh? I need to get some waffles. Let's go. Okay, so you've seen the Manneken Pis now and the mesmerizing spell he has with his stream over everyone. So I've got one last thing to do now. I'm going to go and get some frites, and I'm going to walk along the street eating those when I put the camera away before I have to head back to the station. And I'm going to round this off for today because you probably don't need to see me getting home, do you? It's been a great day in Brussels. I've managed to kind of like avoid a lot of the rain, which has been sporadic all day long. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video and you want to get the best settings out of your Insta360 X4, then the best thing for you to do is to go and see my video, which is called Insta360 X4, the best settings. Go check that video out over there, and I'll see you there. Right, where's those chips?